This is going to be a little different. First of all, I'm not on screen because it's laundry day and I have most of my clothes hanging in my backdrop, and I don't think that would look cute. Second of all, there's two topics, one short one long one, so I'm going to start with the short one. If you go over to the community page right now, you are going to notice we have a little poll over there because I am curious to see what kind of content, in terms of length, what kind of content are you interested in? Are you interested in shorts? Do you like these 10 to 20-minute videos where I just sit here and talk and don't have a script prepared or anything like that? I'm just reacting to whatever is happening. Or do you prefer something a little longer but with more research and more attention to detail and whatnot? Or do you prefer live streams? Now, I'm warning you right now, you can vote for live streams all you want. That's not going to happen for a while. I'm very curious to see what you guys think about these options in terms of lengths. There's going to be another poll coming up soon, and that's why I'm bringing up the polls to you guys on this video. I am very curious to see what kind of content you're interested in seeing more of. Now, keep in mind, my audience is shockingly enough 100% female, and so according to YouTube. And so what I am focusing on more and more is geared toward women of a certain age. That doesn't mean that younger women or older women cannot watch. What I'm saying is that I have a vision of what I want, and I'm talking about things that, because of the age we are, we might not be as familiar with certain ideas as other people are. And so I'm doing the research so you don't have to, basically. I'm also interested in trad wives just because it's as human interactions and observations, they are fascinating to watch, and that's one topic that's been coming recurrently. What kind of topics are you interested in, and what kind of people are you interested in? And let's see if we can match what you want to see with what I want to do. So, but in order for me to make a poll on that particular issue, I want you guys to leave me in the comments section what would you like to see, so then I can take the more popular ones, or if there's only 5 suggestions, then I take the 5 suggestions and I put it up to a vote. And just because you're seeing it here doesn't mean I'm not going to post it everywhere else. I am going to post it on Twitter. I am going to post it on Instagram as well. But I'm waiting because I would rather have both polls at the same time on those particular areas. So having said that, let's get to the point that I'm trying to make on this video. And that would be, pay attention to what they say. Now, I posted on Twitter the following: do not allow anyone, political, religious, cultural, stranger, or friend, to tell you how to process life as we know it right now. If you need to have a birthday party, celebrate a big game, or a concert to take your mind off the doom and gloom of life on Earth, do it. This video is inspired by the fact that yesterday there was news of something that is being called I believe it's being called the Super Bowl massacre. And it's not referring to the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs came from behind and annihilated the 49ers, because that's not exactly how it went down. It was an interesting game. How we say in Puerto Rico, no apto para cardíacos. And it means, in English, it means that it's not good for people with heart conditions. And so I decided I wanted to take a moment because yesterday we woke up to those news. Today's Tuesday, by the way, if you're wondering. It's the 13th of February of 2024. And we woke up on Monday to all these people talking about how dare you celebrate a Super Bowl and concentrate on a Super Bowl where people are getting killed all over the world. Specifically in Palestine, there was apparently Israel bombed this area with 50 bombs. I don't know the specifics. I'm not going to get into the specifics. The bottom line is that the war is still going on. Surprise. Let me explain something to you, because this ties in with something I saw this weekend and I was like, no. my husband was watching people reacting. Now, my husband has gotten into reaction videos so big, so much that he knows the actual hosts of the actual program, so he knows more or less how they're going to react before they do it. And so he was watching the reactions to Band of Brothers, and at one point, one of the characters said about another character that had been, I believe that other person died in the war, and he said, I wish he would have been here to see something to the effect of, I wish he would have been here to see a world without war. And I said, that doesn't exist. Humans are the most insufferable, abominable, weird of the animal species. We don't really respect anything or anyone, and we will have a war for the stupidest things imaginable. Most importantly, who owns the earth? Nobody owns the earth. I mean, you can claim your stake and whatever, but at the end of the day, you don't own anything, because if your so-called God gets mad at you, he's going to either burn your house to the ground or give you a hurricane or a tornado or an earthquake, and you will have no land. Let's keep it real. If you're going to believe in God for the good things, you also have to believe in God for the bad things. It is what it is. So, why am I bringing this up? Well, like I was saying, in Band of Brothers, they were talking about a world without war. Yesterday, they were talking about the fact that people were celebrating a Super Bowl while war was going on in another country. And here's the thing. It is irrelevant what is happening in the world. And the reason why I say that is because there is always a war going on somewhere. The fact that you didn't know that doesn't change anything. There is always a war going on somewhere. While we're sitting here enjoying the fruits of our labor, in some countries in Latin America, people are dying for the simple act of existing in a town where they don't want drugs in their town, and the drug lords have decided, you know what, this is the town we want. In Africa, there's a war going on. In the Ukraine, there's still a war going on. It's not just Israel versus Palestine. There's wars going on pretty much all over the place. The fact that you're ignorant of something doesn't mean that that doesn't exist. However, the reason why I posted what I posted, which you're seeing on your screen, is because we have come to this point on social media where we're bombarded by everything that's happening all over the world, and the collective mental health of Americans, not only Americans, but people in general, is being severely impacted by it. I know people that will spend hours and hours on social media, and after engaging with people from both sides, people pro-Palestine and people pro-Israel, they will go ahead and drink themselves to sleep because they're so paranoid and so scared that they cannot think straight. So if those people want to spend a little time watching the Super Bowl or going to a birthday party or going to a Beyonce concert, I don't see how that's wrong. More importantly, who the hell are you to tell somebody how to spend their time? Because guess what? There are people in this world that don't know that there's a war going on anywhere because they don't have the ability to spend their entire day sitting on social media finding out anything. They're lucky if they have a cell phone. And I'm being sarcastic with the lucky. Because I think for all the good that technology has given us, it has made it even more baffling for us to live peacefully. I personally made a decision when this year started that I was not going to pay attention to what other people were doing because I knew it was impacting my mental health. Unfortunately, I broke that rule yesterday, but today I'm back to not watching, not giving a damn about what anybody else is doing, because life is already complicated enough. even if I take it outside of my house for a second, because if I look at my house right now, I have enough complications in my life. But add to that the complications of what is going on in the United States right now, or what is going on in the Ukraine, or in Palestine, or in Africa, what's going on in my home country of Puerto Rico, or in Hawaii. There are lots of conflicts that are not necessarily being escalated to the point of a war in a lot of countries. And if I am going to take on all that energy from all those places, I'm probably going to drop dead because it's too much. So for somebody to sit in their high horse talking about how, oh, you're celebrating the Super Bowl, there are more important things in the world. You know what's more important in the world right now? That you're breathing. That you make sure that you're alive. And I just don't understand why we have gotten to this point where we think that if we're not focusing on the war on XYZ, we're bad people. If that's the way you feel, then all of your friends have to be militant and have to be radicalized and have to be fighting the good fight everywhere. But that's impossible, isn't it? And I bet you the same energy you have with people on the internet is not the same energy you have with people at home. Because I can guarantee you, if you're married or you have friends or whatever, if you're always telling them, how can you be enjoying your life when people are dying? They're going to look at you funny and then they're going to stop talking to you. People die every day. And I'm not trying to be facetious. I'm not trying to say that what happened in Palestine 2 days ago was not horrible, because it is. But what you also have to understand is that in order for people to assimilate and understand and get interested in something, you cannot just be hitting them upside the head with it 24 hours a day. Your brain gets tired. And one more thing that happens to humans when you keep pounding them and pounding them and pounding them with the same crap over and over again, they become desensitized. Don't believe me? Look at the mass shootings in the United States of America right now. How many mass shootings have we had? And what happens now? People barely lift a finger or even an eyelid when there's a mass shooting anymore. Why? Because it's so common. Why? Because we kept pounding and pounding and pounding with the same situation, and there comes a point where people become desensitized. So you're not achieving what you think you're achieving when you're being a jerk to other people on social media. And more importantly, as humans who are trying to safeguard their mental health, you cannot spend your entire time focusing on every conflict all over the planet. You have to save time to actually enjoy life. We are not going to do anything. Like, for example, I'm 57 years old and disabled. Do you think I have the means and the way to go and broke? Do you think I have the means or the way to go and help people in Palestine or anywhere else for that matter? No. Do you think that you're doing something by sharing every freaking video of every person that's dead? No, you're actually accomplishing the opposite. I already explained this to you. What is a better use of your time? You could start a campaign on social media for people to call the senators and the representatives and tell them to knock it off. You could do a lot of things, but sitting on the internet telling people how to react and how to behave and how to feel about things is not the way to go. And I realize that I'm being a little hypocritical here because I'm telling you what to stop doing while I'm telling you not to do what I'm trying to say. The reality is that we need more voices to tell people to stop the madness. Because again, bombarding people with images of war is going to eventually desensitize them to the problem. I posted something yesterday on social media and it barely got a look-see. But I said, I don't have to hate you to hate what you do. And you know what I was referring to? I was referring to the people on both sides, actually. Actually, in any side, in any conflict. Because the problem with all these conflicts is that all these country leaders get mad at each other and start attacking each other for whatever reason. Be it that they want to stop some sort of peace treaty, or they want to end some sort of business deal between countries, or whatever the reason is for today's anger management issue. And while the country leaders are just basically enjoying themselves, actual people are dying. Because I don't see Netanyahu dressed up in fatigues fighting the good fight with his people. And I'm not going to sit here and break it down between Jewish and Zionist, or Palestinian and Hamas, or whatever, because that will take too long, and that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is this. Stop gatekeeping what people do to be able to survive the day. Sometimes a little laugh attack is what you need in order to stand the madness, the pain that you see in this planet right now. This planet is full of hateful people who are using religion to support their hate. It's happening in the United States. Clearly, it's happening in Israel and Palestine. It's happening all over the planet. And you are concerned that some people decided to enjoy a game because they're not sitting on social media with you complaining about a war that you're not doing absolutely anything to help? Because, by the way, if you want the war to end, you should be figuring out ways to get a ceasefire. Not sitting on the internet riling up the masses, because that doesn't do anything. Like I said before when I started this video, please go to the community page and vote for your option. I am going to close this down with just one more reminder that at the end of the day, the actual victims of any war are actual people. The people who decided to start and create the wars in question, they're just enjoying themselves. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.